A movie called The Innocence of Muslims is apparently publicized in Egypt by a Muslim cleric who is an extremist. The movie itself is a sham. It's ridiculous. It insults the Prophet Muhammad, which, being an agnostic, I don't really care about, but it is obviously meant to inflame passions and to make people mad and perhaps react violently. If that was its purpose, it achieved it. Because in Egypt, our embassy is attacked. The American flag is torn down. It is replaced by a black and white banner, and that is from the Islamic fundamentalists. And none of that is good at all. But in Libya, it gets much worse. In Libya, there is an attack on our ambassador, and 3 other Americans are killed. Now, initially, it appeared that these were similar attacks, that it was just people who were enraged over the movie and decided that they were going to attack the U.S. embassies. Well, the story in Libya has changed dramatically. It turns out that we had killed one of the top al-Qaeda lieutenants in Libya recently, and 24 hours before this attack on our embassy, Ayman al-Zawahiri, the current leader of al-Qaeda, had put out a tape saying that the embassy, in essence, should be attacked by saying that justice needs to be had for their brother-in-arms who were killed by the Americans. So now we didn't know the specifics of what kind of attack was going to come, but apparently we now know that video was released 24 hours beforehand. And of course, the day before was 9/11. So it is entirely possible, and at this point seems likely, that the al-Qaeda attack used the protesters as a pretense and as a cover to attack the embassy, which they were planning to do all along. Now, part of the reason that you know that, as far as we can tell so far as the story is unfolding, is that unlike in Egypt, they were totally organized, totally armed, they had a plan, and their plan was to kill the people inside that embassy location in Benghazi. And Christopher Stevens was the ambassador killed, and Stevens was actually a good friend of the Libyan rebels in terms of helping them overthrow Gaddafi. And in fact, a lot of the rebels in Libya thought Stevens was a terrific ally, and Stevens was very hopeful. He said before he had passed away, very recently in fact, the whole atmosphere has changed for the better in Libya. For people smile more and are much more open with foreigners. Americans, French, and British are enjoying unusual popularity. Let's hope it lasts. Well, unfortunately, it didn't in this particular case. Now, it turns out, new reports out, according to the Deputy UN Ambassador for the Libyans, that 10 Libyans were killed or wounded trying to protect our ambassador. So that puts a whole different spin on the story. Instead of being mad at the Libyans, as I was originally when I didn't have all of this information, and you know how I am, if you've watched the show for a while, you know that the last thing I can stand is this Muslim fundamentalists of any religion acting violently, lashing out. Oh, I'm offended, so I'm going to go hurt somebody? Oh, hell no. That is totally unacceptable. But as it turns out, that was probably not the case here. And in fact, the Libyan government should be commended for trying to protect our ambassador. Of course, they were not successful in that defense, so obviously those views are tempered by the results, which were tragic. Now, it turns out 2 warships are being sent in that direction, and President Obama did not take kindly to this news. So let's show you what he had to say earlier today.
The United States condemns in the strongest terms this outrageous and shocking attack. We're working with the government of Libya to secure our diplomats. I've also directed my administration to increase our security at diplomatic posts around the world. And make no mistake, we will work with the Libyan government to bring to justice the killers who attacked our people.
Now, justice might be on those warships, but understand, as the president clarified there at the end, our beef is not with the Libyan government. It is with this off-branch of al-Qaeda that apparently executed this attack. So working with the Libyan government, apparently we're coming for it.